Hello everyone, welcome back to JavaScript Bootcamp for 10 days. Yesterday we have discussed the entire syllabus, what we are going to discuss, what are the different sessions, how will be the flow, and let's just have a quick recap of everything and let's jump into the session of module 1. Today we'll be discussing about module 1. Okay, see, now as yesterday we have seen what is intern call. Intern call is a tech startup where we have affiliated with different software engineers from Google and the people who have studied from IIT Kharagpur. All of them will be taking you sessions in across different courses of full stack web development, JavaScript, DSA, interview preparation, and lot more. And in this free JavaScript 10 days bootcamp, I will be your trainer, and I will be taking sessions for you these 10 days related to JavaScript and make you capable enough to build real world projects using JavaScript. We'll learn. Don't worry, we'll learn everything from scratch as we have discussed. Those who have not seen the yesterday's video or you have not attended the yesterday's session, let's just quickly walk through the slides and discuss what the syllabus is actually about in this 10 days bootcamp of JavaScript. Very clear? Yeah. Hello everyone, my name is Adnan Ali. I'm a full stack web developer and mentor at Intern Call since a couple of months. I have experience of crafting digital solutions at Intern Call using cross-domain applications. I work with different domains like web development, machine learning, IoT, and I do have good fundamental concepts of DSA. I have solved multiple problems. I have hosted my portfolio website on the URL called adnanali.info domain. You can definitely search that online and you can contact me if you have any suggestions or queries. Also, I create digital content in the field of tech to make students learn technical stuff easily. I make videos on Python, DSA with Python, web development, and also share free resources over there as well. I suggest you can also follow me on Instagram at the rate Asma with Adnan. Also, I hope you have followed the intern call on LinkedIn and Instagram. You'll get job updates over there, internship opportunities, and lot more. So I suggest you follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I guess while you're given the form to fill, there were the there was some clickable text, that is YouTube written in blue, LinkedIn written in blue color. If you click on that text, it will automatically redirect you to the intern call website or intern call LinkedIn handle, intern call Instagram handle. There you can find different daily job updates as well and you can apply from them. Very clear. Now let's walk through the syllabus of everything. Module 1. Module 1 is introduction to programming. For example, you are coming from non-technical background and you do not know what programming is actually about, how computer is able to understand our instructions. If I want to create a website, how is the computer able to locate that I have to keep images here, I want to keep the text here, what is the logic written behind that? Everything is programming and coding. Do not worry about this. Programming is like a game. If you play this with interest, with utmost professionality, definitely you'll excel it. It is very simple. It is just the approach which you take and the fear which you remove from your head. If you remove the fear that the programming is hard, everything comes into ground as an equal thing and you can easily tackle them one by one. Very clear? We'll be understanding programming concepts. What is programming? How does computer understand the instructions? And what is an algorithm actually? How the flow of things work in an algorithm? We'll discuss that with example. Syntax and structure. For example, I'm speaking English. I'm following some grammatical thing, right? I'm following some tenses, some adjectives I'm using in between, or I'm following a structure to tell a sentence. In the same way, for computer to understand your instructions, you have to give them in some structure and syntax. Different programming languages have different syntax, but the functionality exactly the same. What do you mean by syntax? I'll just give you one brief example for now. For example, in C language, if you have to print, you use printf. In Python, you use print. In Java, you use system.out.println, right? In the same way, in JavaScript, you use console.log. All of these 4 5 things is to print output to the user. But in different programming languages, the way of writing the output statement is different. That's what the syntax and structure is meant about. Okay, development environment setup. If I want to write JavaScript code, I have to have some environment where I can code and see my output and users can interact. For example, if you want to run Java, if you have experience of working with Java, you will install Java SDK, software development kit. For Python, you install Python software. In the same way, JavaScript is web hosted and you can run it directly on browser, or you can install node packages that we'll discuss in development environment setup. As of now, do not worry about this. We'll get everything from scratch, very basic. For the people who are from non-technical background as well, you can easily learn coding step by step. Module 1 is very introduction to programming. Okay. The second one, module 2. Here we'll dive into JavaScript. Introduction to JavaScript. What is this JavaScript? How this JavaScript differs from different programming languages like Python, Java, C, etc. And why is this a web development language? Why not other programming languages are as popular as JavaScript in web development? That we'll discuss in this fundamentals of JavaScript. Here we'll be introducing you to some basic fundamental concepts of programming in any programming language: variables, data types, declaring some variables, how to store the values, how to handle with strings and numbers. We'll discuss in this module 2. And operators. Operators is some vast concept but very important, very simple. Second class students can easily understand this operators, I can say. Module 3. A level up control flow in JavaScript. Nothing but if else conditions, if else conditions, switch case conditions comes under conditional statement. If some condition is satisfied, do this. Otherwise, else do other thing. In this way, it is called as conditional statements. In the same way, looping statements to iteratively do something, to print something 10 times, 100 times, 1000 times, 1 million times. We can use for loop or while loop. Or also we have different loops for arrays like for each, etc. All of those we'll discuss in the module 3. Here in module 3 it is control flow and looping statements. Clear? I'm just walking you through the slides which we have discussed yesterday. No issues. It will be a very quick thing. Functions in JavaScript. As I have said yesterday, JavaScript is very important in terms of, in functions is very important in JavaScript because there are different ways of defining the functions to make code reusable and to call the functions using callback functions. There are 3-4 ways of defining functions in JavaScript using function keyword, anonymous functions, arrow functions, callback functions, and there is different scope of each and the different use cases of each other that we'll discuss in the sessions in module 4. Clear? Module 5. If you have knowledge of any programming languages, Python and Java, like Python and Java or C as well, you may be well aware of arrays, hash maps. In Python it is list and dictionary. In C as well it is arrays and hash maps. These are data structures which allows you to store the data in some form of structure by following something. Arrays are nothing but having a set of similar data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the square brackets is an array. Curly braces, key value pair, is an hash map in Java, dictionary in Python. In JavaScript it is known as object. The concept is same but the way of writing is different. That is what syntax and structure is about in any programming language. Clear? Let's go to module 6. In module 5 we discuss about arrays and objects and different operations, how to insert the value, how to update the value, how to iterate on array, how to change the value, how to apply different operations and methods on arrays and objects. That we'll discuss in module 5. Module 6. OOPS concept, object oriented programming concept. There are two types of programming languages: functional procedural programming languages or object oriented programming languages. In object oriented programming languages, you can use the concept of classes and objects. What are these classes and objects? I guess in your semesters in second year or third year, you have definitely learned about OOPS in Java or OOPS with Python. Or if you are from first year who are very interested to learn JavaScript and you have enrolled into this bootcamp, then do not worry. In the coming sessions, we'll discuss about OOPS, and also this will help you in your semester examinations. In any program, irrespective of any programming language, we'll be discussing OOPS concept as in general. Okay, that helps you with your semester exams as well, and you can learn the concept of OOPS in JavaScript as well from module 6. Very clear as of now? Class is nothing but blueprint of something. Object is runtime entity of the class. There are different pillars of object-oriented programming like polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction. This keyword is used to access the values. Do not worry, we'll take some real world examples and understand what these concepts are. Let's jump onto the module 7 now. Now coming to module 7. In module 7, from beginner we have come to intermediate level. In JavaScript, we have entered some advanced concepts, that is asynchronous JavaScript. Doing multiple things at once or handling the APIs to get the data from one website to another website or sending our data there, getting some responses and running some code after some particular time of 10 seconds or 5 seconds. This is nothing but asynchronous JavaScript. For example, I give you a task of filling a water bottle, and then I'll ask you to close the door. I'll ask you to announce something in the class. So these are three different tasks to do at once. But in using asynchronous JavaScript concept, for example, asynchronous, nothing but do not follow some order. You can do anything randomly. First of all, open the tab, keep the bottle below. The tap will be filling automatically. The bottle will be filling automatically. Then you go to close the door, and then you come in the class and make an announcement. So after making an announcement, you go back and close the water tap back again. So in this way, three tasks have been completed quickly, randomly one by one. But in synchronous, that is following certain sync, following some order. Then what you have to do, first of all, you have to open the tap, fill the water bottle. Until and unless the water bottle is completely filled, you cannot do some other task, right? After filling the water bottle completely, then you close the tap, then you take the water bottle, keep it somewhere, then close the door, and then come to the class and make some announcement. So the water bottle filling takes some 15 seconds, it takes some 2 seconds, and the third task takes 5 seconds. So 15 plus 2 plus 5 is 22 seconds. For example, if you do synchronously, it will be 22 seconds. But in case of asynchronous, first of all, keep the water bottle below the tap, open the tap, and come back to this closing the door. Close the door in 2 seconds, make an announcement in 5 seconds. Water bottle took 15 seconds to complete. So in this 15 seconds, you have opened the water bottle, you have closed the door, you have made an announcement and came back and closed the tap again. So the maximum amount of time is 15 seconds. In 15 seconds, you have completed 3 tasks asynchronously. But in synchronous, by following one by one step, you took 22 seconds. In this way, you can do multitasking, multiprocessing using asynchronous JavaScript. That will take an example by making some diagrams, or we'll have a fun session with this asynchronous JavaScript to understand these concepts. Do not worry, it will be fun to learn, but very, very important concept, I can say. If you have to build some advanced concepts, advanced projects using event handling, add event listeners, getting the data from other websites, fetching the data from the websites, sending into other websites. All of these are some intermediate level concepts in JavaScript that we'll learn in asynchronous JavaScript with simple examples in the sessions. This is module 7. Coming to module 8. Module 8 is DOM, Document Object Model. For example, you have an HTML page, you have 100 lines of code. Your website is now looking in white color as of now, but you want to change it to dark mode. You create the button called dark mode. Once I click on the button called dark mode, the entire HTML web page has to be turned from white to black, and the text which is black has to turn to white. In this way, by just using DOM manipulation, document object manipulation, you can build great projects like dark mode on, turn on and off, Instagram handle button, Instagram add friend and remove friend. All of these are DOM manipulation. Nothing but you manipulate the HTML, you manipulate the styling using JavaScript. That is DOM. Very, very clear. This is also somewhat intermediate concept. These two are very important, asynchronous JavaScript and DOM manipulation, when it comes to building real world projects. Until now, what we were discussing are the very basic fundamentals to get you habituated with JavaScript. After I cannot say those are not important, those are very important, because if you do not know about arrays and objects, you cannot work with this. If you do not know about for loop, you cannot do anything with this all of this. If you do not know if else conditions, what could you do in any programming language? So we have come from basic to intermediate as of now. After learning all these concepts theoretically and practically, we'll apply these concepts to build some websites, to build some projects. Clear? As of now, we have thought of these three projects: Instagram ad button replica, that we have seen the output yesterday as well. Weather app, for example, we are searching for the location. This location use weather API, which search from the Google and gives the data. The data is brought into our website and is displayed in our website. In this way, we have learned about APIs, how to send the request and how to receive the request in JavaScript. Okay. Temperature converter app. If I give the temperature in Celsius, you convert into Fahrenheit. If I give in Fahrenheit, you convert to Celsius, etc. and vice versa based on the formula. Okay, we'll make it as simple as possible. We'll learn the logic building using JavaScript. We cannot go with HTML and CSS from basic because it comes under front end back again, and this 10 days bootcamp won't be enough for you to make capable enough to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript at once. So for now, we'll be discussing the fundamental concepts of JavaScript and the programming concepts in JavaScript, and how to link HTML with JavaScript and how to manipulate things. I suggest you to learn HTML and CSS online if possible when we are doing the projects in Modular. Do not worry, in this first 7 days, we'll discuss all the fundamental concepts only. And then while working with projects, you may need some basic HTML CSS, some basic HTML CSS. If possible, we'll discuss if the time permits in the session itself. Otherwise, you may have to learn from online resources. I will provide you free online resources where you can learn the basics of HTML and CSS, which one is required, because HTML has 142 tags or more, I guess. You do not have to learn all of those. You only learn which one is important and which are most frequently used. I'll give you the list of them. Do not worry. After the JavaScript as well, you can learn from the free resources. Clear? Also, we have announced that we will have some bonus sessions on LinkedIn and GitHub. Why these bonus sessions? You have enrolled for JavaScript Bootcamp. Why not only JavaScript and wrapping things up? No. At Intern Call, we believe in overall development of a student. You just, apart from this technical stuff, you have to have great communication skills. You must know how to showcase yourself, how to sell yourself in the market. For example, in LinkedIn, it is similar to Instagram but for professional connections. This is the only sentence which I repeat every time. Why? Because LinkedIn is very important to build connections and to showcase your skills, projects, achievements in the professional world. You can connect with anyone, you can follow anyone. You can showcase that, hey, I have done this project which got selected into district level, which got selected into state level. I have done this research work. I have got this certificate from IEEE platform, or I'm working with this company currently. I'm looking for a new opportunity, so that employers could reach out to you from front. I'm telling with my experience, LinkedIn profile building is very important. I have been very active on this LinkedIn since my second year. I have been posting my certifications, internships, projects actively on LinkedIn, and it has created me great opportunities with this LinkedIn. Trust me. So we'll be having a special session on LinkedIn about how to create a strong LinkedIn profile, how to add bio, how to add captions to your profile so that it reaches to the right audience and the right employees, how to multiple things. We'll be focusing on LinkedIn profile building and its importance. After this, we'll also have one special session on GitHub. For example, you have done 4 projects and you are in an interview. In interview, the project, and if the interviewer asks you to showcase your projects, how can you show? You won't carry your laptop, right? So in those cases, GitHub will definitely help you to give them the URL. For example, tell them, I have hosted, yes sir, I have hosted my projects on GitHub. The repository name is so and so, my username is so and so. Click on github.com/Adnan Ali. Then you'll get all the projects which I have built as a list. If you open the link, you can see the source code as well. This will help you stand out from others. If there are hundreds of people who are appearing for the interview, if the 5 or 6 members or if the people have hosted their projects on GitHub, and you're able to showcase them in the interview time and explain the code in the right way. Explaining is also important. Do not just copy paste and host it on GitHub. It can backfire you. Okay, whatever you do with honesty. Learn those things and host on GitHub. You must be capable enough to justify it. If they ask some questions on the project, you must be able to justify the content of what you have written, why you have written certain code. You have to be able to explain them. Okay, in this way we will have 2 special sessions on GitHub and LinkedIn. Apart from this JavaScript 10 days bootcamp, I mean included in this 10 days, you'll have these 2 sessions as well. Also, that's not the only thing. You'll also get the course completion certificate as we have told. I'll show you the sample of it. Excited everyone? Just a minute. Yeah, in this way you'll receive the certificate of achievement, which is, this is only sample. Do not take a screenshot or edit it. You won't be able to have this because we'll add the ID, unique ID of it for each certificate. This is a certificate which you will be getting after the completion of this bootcamp successfully. For this, you have to fill the Google form. If you have not filled the Google form yet, please mail us or text us on Instagram. We'll send you the link. So it is very important for you to complete this 10 days bootcamp, and we'll have some assignments as well. If you just watch these videos as movies and you won't be able to access the certificate, you have to complete the registration process in the Google form which we have shared in the WhatsApp community group. If you are in the WhatsApp community group, well and fine, you have already filled. Or else if you have not filled this Google form, you can definitely reach out to us on our Instagram handle, on LinkedIn or any other platform. We'll share you the WhatsApp community link as well as the LinkedIn as well as the Google form link. Clear? The filling of Google form is very important for you to add your details in this certificate. We'll send you via email. So we need your contact information as well as the name of yours to fill the details, right? It is very important for you to fill the Google form registration purpose. Clear? Now let's jump onto the slides back again. Now till now we have discussed what is to be discussed in this entire syllabus of this 10 days JavaScript bootcamp. Now let's get started with the syllabus. Module 1, Introduction to Programming. Are you all excited? Before starting, I would suggest you to please take a notes. Please take a notes and pen and come back quickly so that we can get started with this and understand these concepts from with the example from scratch. I'll give you 10 seconds of break. Please get it as quickly as possible. Yeah, hope you are all ready with your books and pen. Let's get started with module 1, Introduction to Programming and Coding. For the people who are very beginner, who come from the non-technical background, who are from non-technical degrees like BBA, BSc, BCom or any other degrees, you are here for learning JavaScript from scratch. You do not know what is programming and coding. Do not worry, let's get started with module 1. This module is especially for you. I know who are from BTech, they do know these fundamental concepts of how things work, but let's have a recap. What's wrong with it? To have a recap, we'll understand everything with simple examples. First of all, understanding programming concepts. What is a program? What is programming language? How does this machine understand our instructions? We'll discuss in this first section. Importance of algorithms. What is an algorithm? Flow of executing something is an algorithm. If I give you some task, I can ask you to write an algorithm for it. Nothing but write step-by-step execution of everything. Whatever you build in IT industry is based on the algorithms. In data structure and algorithms is nothing but solving a problem in some structure of flow, that is algorithm. Syntax and structure. Syntax and structure nothing but, as we have previously discussed as well, printf, print, console.log, system out dot println. These are different ways of printing anything in different programming languages. The output is same, but the way of writing is different in different programming languages. This is called as syntax and structure of a program. Each programming language follows different structure. For example, in C language, you have defined as int main. In Java, you define as public static void main int string arguments and then give input. In Python, there is nothing, directly print hello world. In the same way, in JavaScript as well, there is nothing, direct console.log hello world will give you hello world. Clear? Now coming to development setup environment. Development setup environment is nothing but if you want to run Java on your systems, you will install Java SDK, software development kit, which has JVM, JDK, etc. That's different. Python, you install Python software. In the same way, JavaScript runs on the browser. We'll only write the code in VS Code and we'll open the file online and we'll just see the console output in the browser of Chrome. Clear? Do not worry, we'll discuss this today. First of all, the very first concept, understanding programming. What is this understanding programming? Programming is the art of instructing computers to perform tasks. Nothing but a piece of machine does not have a mind of its own. Whatever we tell them, they'll do that. If I ask them to do addition, they'll do addition. If I ask them to do subtraction, they'll do subtraction. But how does this computer laptop know that plus is addition, minus is subtraction? That is operators. How does this know? How does this laptop is able to understand that this is camera, I'm pointing towards camera, I'm speaking to it? Everything is programmed directly or indirectly. Let's understand with simple examples. Calculator. A calculator, small calculator, whichever you use, is also programmed. If I click on 1 and plus 2, it will print output as 3. How does that piece of buttons and machine know 1 plus 2 is 3? For example, human being has been learning everything from his kindergarten in mathematics, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. But this piece of machine of calculator did not come to your class to learn mathematics class in your kindergarten and LKG, UKG, right? It does not understand what are numbers, but it is programmed. The chips are programmed in such a way that if a user enters 1 and then if he gives plus and if he gives 2, then show him 3. If he enters 10 and minus 5, give him 5. This plus minus, these are different operators which are used to program a piece of machine, a calculator, to perform certain tasks. Everything you see around is programmed, I can say, because simple example, washing machine. Washing machine has different buttons: on, off, start, stop, pause, rinse, spin, quick, etc. If you have washing machine at your home, fully automatic washing machine, go to your washing machine, check it once. It has different buttons. Example, spin. What does this spin do? When the clothes are cleaned, the excess amount of water has to be removed. It rotates in speed. How does this piece of machine, the washing machine, know that this, if the person clicks on spin, it has to spin continuously for 2 minutes and remove excess water. If he clicks on rinse, then take some water, clean it. How does this machine know? How does this machine know? Because it is programmed. It is programmed in such a way that if the button spin is clicked, then automatically it should activate the spin mode for 2 minutes. In this way, everything's programmed, whatever you see. Okay, now we'll get on to the next slide. I hope what is programming is clear. Let's understand what is a programming, what is a program, and what is a programming language. You may be wondering, what is this programming language? Are these three different? Everything is same: programming language. No, program is nothing but set of instructions, a series of coded software instructions to control the operation of a computer or other machine. Example, this laptop has to print the addition of three numbers. For this, I'll take A, B, C. A equal to 3. Let's see the practical of this. I'll not show the output running one, but I'll open the notepad and explain you how things work. Okay. See, here I have opened the notepad. For example, I want to make my computer write addition of three numbers. How does this computer know the addition? Directly, if I say print A plus B plus C, it will tell what is ABC. You are telling numbers, add numbers, but these are alphabets. Error. The computer knows that addition of numbers is possible, whereas addition of these variables or names are not possible. So what I have to do is, first of all, I have to write A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3. It is just syntax. I'm just trying to, it is not a syntax. I'm just trying to show you how things work. Print A plus B plus C. Now the computer will understand, okay, A means 1, B means 2, C is 3. Now what I have to do, first of all, I have to perform the calculation of 1 plus 2 plus 3. So in this case, what the computer considers is 1 plus 2 plus 3, and then it will print the value. How much? 5? No, it's 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. In this way, the computer executes A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3. It will store it somewhere. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Whenever in the program you called as A plus B plus C, then automatically it will consider as 1 plus 2 plus 3. If I make B as 4, then automatically B will be 4 here for the computer, because we have told that computer B is equals to 4. See, hey, this is A equal to 1. Whenever I use A anywhere in my program, it will automatically consider the value A equal to 1. In this way, computer is very intelligent, but you have to give instructions to him. It has mind, it has storage, but you have to give instruction to them. Clear? So this is a program. We are giving a set of instructions to the computer to perform addition of three numbers. This is a program. Then what is a programming language? Any programming language you use to give you a set of instructions is programming language. In the way I am speaking in English as of now, my mode of communication is English. I can speak in Hindi as well. So this is my mode of communication. But to communicate with the computer, you need to use programming languages. Programming languages are different types of programming languages that we'll see. Just a minute. I hope you are making notes, right? So clear what is programming? So clear? Okay. Programming is nothing but giving a syntax or giving a structure of execution to the machine to follow our instructions. Well and fine. Then what is this programming language? As I have said, I am using English for a mode of communication. You are able to understand my words because you know English. But the computer has to understand your instructions. So you have to give in a language which the computer is able to understand. That is machine level, machine code language. I can broadly categorize programming language into two categories. One is compiler language, interpreted language. That we'll discuss in the coming slides. Do not worry. To give you an overall overview of this, the computer understands programming languages, that is machine code only. If I write in English directly, it cannot understand. We have to use certain syntaxes to explain the machine to perform our task. There are different programming languages which we can use: Python, Java, JavaScript, Ruby, C++, C, JavaScript, and many more. Manipulating data and making your computers work for you is done using programming languages. It is a language people use when developing software to tell a computer what to do. It can be low level or high level, and it has a syntax and a set of rules and more. Every programming language has a different set of syntaxes and different set of rules. We have been going through the different example of this print statement again and again. In this same way, there are different syntaxes in the flow which we have to follow. The concept is same. We want machine to work for us, but the way of making the machine to work for us is different in different programming languages. That's what I wanted to tell. Clear with what is a program, what is the concept of programming, and what are different types of programming languages, we'll see in the next slide. Different types of programming languages: procedural programming languages, following certain procedure; functional programming languages, making your code into reusable form of functions. Example, C language is functional programming language. Object oriented programming language, using the concept of classes, OOPs, pillars of OOPs like polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and different concepts. If you use while solving or building a software, then it falls under object oriented programming language. In the same way, you have scripting programming language, you have logic programming language. Python and JavaScript fall under both scripting programming language and object oriented programming language, because it is interpreted language. Both of them, Python and JavaScript, are interpreted languages, and it follows the concept, it has the concept of OOPs for building applications. Don't worry, we'll understand with the example in the coming slides. Algorithm. What is an algorithm? I have told you a program. Program is nothing but following step-by-step sets of instructions. And again, you have written here that algorithms are step-by-step set of instructions. What is the difference between both? You may be wondering. Programming is also the same, algorithm also the same. Yes, both are same, but algorithm is a simplified version of a program. Program follows certain syntax and structure, whereas algorithm is simple English or any language you want, or any diagram you want, or whatever you want. It is a systematic approach of building some solution. Before writing something, you have to understand what problem you are going to solve, what application you are going to build, and based on the requirements, based on your resources you have, you will make the roadmap of everything. Making the roadmap of everything into set by set instructions is nothing but algorithm. Clear? Converting this algorithm using some programming language into a set of instruction is a program. Understood? Algorithm is raw thing. Using this algorithm to make a program using some programming language is a program. Both of them are set of instructions, but algorithm is raw, but programming language has some syntax and some structure. Clear? Example, making tea. I want to make a tea at home. What is the step-by-step procedure to make a tea? First of all, I have to take an empty bowl, patila, and then I'll turn on the gas stove, put the bowl, I mean that container on it, and then I have to add milk. I want to make milk tea. So I'm adding milk, I'm letting it boil. It's not boil, it must be boil over there. I am making it to boil. Once the milk is hot and ready, I'll add some tea powder, I'll add some sugar to it, and then stir and take it and keep it aside for a few minutes, so that there is some boil and everything is mixed together. Okay, everything is mixed together. Okay, once everything is boiled, everything is mixed up, I can directly strain it and serve. Okay, this is a simple way of making tea. Wondering Adnan sir know how to make tea? Don't worry, I know multiple things to make. I can make chicken gravies, dry items, shawarma, sandwiches, name anything I can make. I do know cooking. My hobby, one of my hobbies, cooking as well, drawing and cooking. In my free time, I also cook. I also cook the various dishes for my family members. We eat together and enjoy. You can come up to me for learning recipes as well. Just fun thing. Okay. So what is an algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but step by step execution of something. Here we are making a tea. We are taking some bowl, adding milk and some water if you want, or adding some tea powder and sugar to it. Let it cook on the stove. and then strain it in the cups and serve. This is nothing but step by step process. In the same way, if you want to make Maggi or any other food item or any other process, you're following some certain flow. In the same way, in programming concept, in coding, before solving some problem, you are taking some instructions to solve those. You are setting down some rules to step by step execution. Let's take the same example. This is a equal to 1, b equal to 4, c equal to 3, right? In algorithm, if I want to tell this, I'll tell enter a, enter b, enter c. We are taking three inputs from the user, and then we'll take some variable called result. In the result variable, I want to add all of these, a plus b plus c. So in this way, we are taking three inputs from the user and we are performing some operation on it and storing it in result. And now we are printing result. As simple as that. This is the algorithm to what is it? This is algorithm to add three numbers. Start, take three input variables, calculate here and print here, and then stop. It is as simple as that. Before writing a program, always, if you are a beginner, try working with algorithms so that your logic building improves. As you can see here, we are taking three input variables, we are performing operation here, and we are printing this and then stopping entire thing. This is nothing but an algorithm. Clear? I hope it is very clear. Let's jump on to the next slide. Again the same thing, but technical terms. Some technical terms are here. We'll just walk you through the slide. Writing a logical step-by-step method to solve problem is called algorithm. An algorithm is a procedure for solving problems. Again, a equal to b equal to c, c equal to a. That's it. An algorithm includes calculations, reasoning, data processing. Algorithms can be presented by natural languages, pseudocode, or flowcharts. Algorithms can be in your any natural language, not just English. I can write in Hindi. ले भाई ए, ले भाई बी, ले भाई सी, और तीनों को मिला के रिजल्ट में स्टोर कर दे और प्रिंट और रिजल्ट को प्रिंट कर दे. इन दिस वे आई एम राइटिंग इन हिंदी. What is the basic concept is algorithm is nothing but laying down the foundation of the execution process. Clear? It can be in any natural languages or pseudocode. What we have written is pseudocode. Also we can draw flowcharts. Start, take input, take input b, take input c, in the square bracket, I mean in the square box, result equal to a plus b plus c, then print result and then stop. While following flowcharts, you have to use some ovals, diamond shapes, rectangles, etc. that you can learn online if you want. I'm not focusing on these basic concepts because we have some. I mean, in the students as well, there may be different levels. But if as a beginner, if you understand what is an algorithm, that is more than enough for you to get into programming. Clear? The logic which we have discussed in the first project, in the third project of temperature converter, is this algorithm. First of all, we are reading the temperature in Fahrenheit, and then we are calculating using the formula of 5 by 9 into the input we have taken of f minus 32. This is mathematical calculation, and then printing c. It is similar to this one. It is similar to the writing the flow of this one. This has to be converted into code while executing. Clear? Understood what is programming language and algorithm? Because if you understand these three different things, it will be very easy for you to quickly grab everything, to quickly grab the concept which we come at front. Clear? Let's jump on to the next slide. Yes, now let's jump on to what is syntax and structure of a program. Until now, we have understood what is a program, what is an algorithm. Algorithm is raw format that is converted into a program using some programming language. Okay, this programming language, irrespective of whichever it is, we follow certain rules. The rules to write the program, the structure to write the program is nothing but syntax. Clear? Syntax refers to the set of rules that dictate how program must be written in specific programming language. In different programming languages, there are different set of rules. The structure of a program is the arrangement of its components, including statements and functions. Scratching your head, what is this? Nothing but following certain structure to write the program is nothing but structure of the program. Whichever programming language you use, you have to follow the syntax. Let me give an example of Python and JavaScript for you. Okay, in Python, it is just a equal to int input. Okay, let's not take the input from the user. Let's make it as a equal to 5. Okay, let me make the screen a bit big. Okay, a equal to 5, and then b equal to 10. Done. After this, I want to print a into b, or let's do one thing. Let's take it as answer equal to a into b, and then print answer. Some people may be wondering why I'm taking these three different variable names and then why I'm printing randomly. These are known as variables. We'll discuss this in the JavaScript introduction concept. Do not worry. This is the code of Python. Okay, this is the Python code. This is a Python code to multiply two numbers. Okay, this is the Python code to multiply two numbers. Clear? Let me make the screen a bit big. Okay, now I want to write the JavaScript code to multiply two numbers. What is the difference between these two? Let's see. Here as well, you can just say a equal to 5, b equal to 10. This is hosting concept. Hosting we'll discuss, but otherwise you can just tell that here let equal to a, let equal to b, and let b equal to 10. This let, do not worry, this is let, var and const are some variable declaration forms. We'll discuss this as well in module 2. This is the syntax of writing multiplication of two numbers in JavaScript. Again, I'll say let answer equal to a into b, and then I'll say console.log, that is print. In this case, in JavaScript, it is called as console.log print answer. Semicolon is not mandatory in JavaScript, it is optional. If you write Java in semicolon as well, it is okay. If you do not write as well, it is totally fine. So in this way, these are two ways of writing same code in two different programming languages. Okay, let me make the screen a bit small. Okay, see here, the above one is Python code, the below one is Java code. Okay, JavaScript code, sorry. These two are the exactly same, multiplication of two numbers, but the way of writing is different. Here you are directly declaring, and here you are multiplying and printing. Okay, focus on this. It is Python. Whereas in JavaScript, you are declaring using some variable type called let a equal to 5, let b equal to 10, let answer equal to a into b, and then console.log is similar to print in answer. This is a program which follows certain syntax and structure. It follows some syntax and structure to execute your code. If I had to write an algorithm of this, I, I have told you that both of them are same, but what is the algorithm of this? Algorithm is input a, that is we are taking input a, next input b. Okay, we are taking two inputs a and b, and then we are telling that variable multiply two numbers, multiply a and b, and store it in answer. Okay, this is algorithm, store it in answer, and then we are telling print the value of answer. So this is the algorithm. Algorithm is nothing but simple English language which is understandable for me and also understandable for you. If I show you this, only algorithm, input a and input b, and then multiply a and b, and then store it in answer, I'm telling you to write in this way. You can use any language you want in algorithm, but standardized we use English, which is common for all, and then print the value. Sorry, it not value, it is print the value of answer. Okay, this is the algorithm, taking input a and b, multiplying a and b, and storing it answer, print the value of answer. It is what we are doing, taking input as a and b, multiplying a and b and storing it answer, and printing the answer in JavaScript. And here also taking input a and b, multiplying a and b and storing it answer, and printing in answer. Clear? What is a program, structure, syntax, and algorithm? I hope it is very clear with this. Algorithm is basic English or any flow. Here you define the flow. Whereas in program, you select certain programming language and you follow the syntax. You follow the syntax to write the code. I hope it is very clear as of now. Let's jump on to the next slide. This is the syntax and structure of a program and how it differs from algorithm. Development environment setup. What is this development environment setup? To run your code, on your browser or to show someone the output, you have to have a development environment where you can write the code and see the output. In this entire course, we'll be using VS Code. For JavaScript, we'll be using VS Code, or you can use w3schools.com, that is online coding platform, which helps you learn different things. But industry standard VS Code, Visual Studio Code, this helps you and provides you with the runtime environment where you can run your code and see the output in real time. Okay, let's see how to install this. Okay, open any Google Chrome or Opera Mini or any other browser, whichever you like, and then go to Visual Studio Code install. Okay, not Java, automatically it took Java, sorry. Visual Studio Code install. Okay, then it redirects to the website called code.visualstudio.com. Click on this. If you are working on Mac, that is Apple, then you can install for Mac. If you are working on Linux or Unix, you can install this, or else for Windows you can just click on this. Always try to install whichever version is compatible with your computer. I have already VS Code installed on my computer, so I will open it directly over there. Just click on this. It will ask you for the setup. Basic, click on next, 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 and submit. Automatically it will get installed in your computer. So VS Code, I already have VS Code in this, so we'll open the VS Code directly. Also, you may be wondering, I have not installed any JavaScript, then how can I run this VS Code in my system? How can I run this VS Code on my system if I had not installed JavaScript? Because HTML, CSS and JavaScript can directly run on web browsers. Your web browser is capable enough, that is Chrome browser can show you the output of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Let me show you the output of this. In this file there are three things, I guess. What are those? Sorry, here I have only file. Okay, project.html has three things: project.js and project1.css. Okay, this is style1.css. This is CSS file. This is JavaScript file. Do not worry, we'll understand how to link these files, but I just want to show you the output as of now. See, if I open the folder, all the files are here: project1.html, CSS and JavaScript. If I just double tap on this, it will open in the browser. See, it is web hosted. I have not installed any other thing. I have just installed VS Code and written my entire code and logic over there. And here I can see add friend, remove friend. This is one of the project which will be working on the module 9 add friend button. If I click on add friend, it automatically came into remove friend. If I click on remove friend, it becomes stranger back again. So for JavaScript, it is only okay if you install VS Code. So that's it for this VS Code thing. We'll continue just a minute. We'll show you how to do things in the VS Code as well. Clear everyone? Download VS Code and be ready to make projects along with us. VS Code is very important for you to work with HTML, CSS, JavaScript or any web development technology because it allows you with different short forms and different suggestions as well. For example, in this project itself, we have written the HTML code. Only this is the HTML code. Only these are the things which we have added. And after this, we have linked the style of CSS from here. We have linked the script from here. Let's not get into complicated things as of now. As we have seen the output, now I want to run different program in console.log. So this is the output. What I can do is I can just right click. Everyone see here. I'll just right click, inspect, click on inspect, and then this entire new thing has opened. Here is entire code of HTML which we have seen previously into different subcategories. Now I want to run console, that is I want to see the output of JavaScript and want to practice here. So when we open, it is the open, this thing opens. If you click on console, this console had opened. Okay, here I can run my JavaScript code. Let's do one thing. Let's copy paste the code which we have written. Right, this was the JavaScript code which we have written, right? Let a equal to 5, let b equal to 10. Let's copy this and see what the answer is. We have copied this. We'll paste it here. Okay, don't paste your code into DevTools console that you don't understand. Okay, let's type the things. It is not allowing us for security purpose. Okay, let a equal to 5, let b equal to 10, let answer equal to a into b, console.log answer. Okay, let's run the code and see. 50. See, 5 into 10 is 50. And also one of the key point to notice here is, here I have not given semicolon, but still it had run, because as I have said, it is optional for you in JavaScript if you want to give semicolon or not. In the same way, let's write the code to print without let variable. Let's write the name a equal to 5, automatically. Okay, a equal to 5, shift enter, b equal to 10, shift enter. Let's change the values for this time. Let's make it 20. Now we can directly say console.log 20 minus 5, or let's do b minus a. Let's see if this works or not. See, 15. So in this way, even the variable names can perform operations because we are storing some value. But what if we just write some random values called console.d minus c, console.log, I'm sorry, console.log d minus c. It is telling something, d is not found, d is not defined, c is not defined. It has not come to c. It is interpreter language. It has only came across d and stopped. Okay, d minus c. So for d minus c to work, what we have to do, first of all, we have to give the value 10 and then c equal to 8 or something. Then if we write console.log d minus c, what do you think will it work now? Before we did not define any value. Now we have defined d equal to 10 and c equal to 8. Now what if we run this code? See, it has got 2. So what I want to explain with this basic concept is, you have to have some value to access the variables as alphabets. You have to store some values. Without storing those values, if you try to access it, it tells that d is not defined. That's what here in this way. We'll discuss everything in detail in the module 2 of JavaScript. Do not worry. What is this console.log? What is this variables? How are we storing, and how is this undefined error came? All of this we'll discuss in module 2. No worries. Just I want to tell that if you want to run your code, you can directly run in the console of any HTML page. Clear? That's it. Now let's just revise whatever we have discussed as of now quickly. Just a minute. Yeah, in today's session we have discussed the development environment setup, that is installing VS Code, and how to run the code in console in the Chrome browser by right clicking, inspect, and go to console. Do not worry, even in the practical sessions whichever we do, we'll follow the same procedure. No worries about this. And also we have discussed about syntax and structure of program, taking an example of Python code and an algorithm, and then converting temperature using Fahrenheit. It is example of algorithm. Do not worry, we have understood what is an algorithm here. What are different types of programming languages? What is a program? What is a programming language? We have discussed about this as well. Understanding programming, the basic fundamental concepts. So with this, module 1 comes to an end. If you have any doubt, please note down in your notebook at the last of your paper. At the end of this course or something, you can contact us, or else do one thing, you can directly contact us on our Instagram handles. We are always open for you to help with anything you require. You can follow us on intern call, and if you want to connect with me personally on Instagram, you can follow at the rate aspire underscore with underscore Adnan. Aspire with Adnan. You can follow me personally if you want to connect with me personally and learn stuff, or else I suggest you follow intern call for daily updates on placements and different skills and courses as well. So that's it for today. Hope you all have a nice day. All the best for your learning journey. See you tomorrow. Bye.